Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tagus Human, and welcome back to our Barbarian Invasion Berber campaign. And you join us with the rebellion of the Western Empire. This is good news indeed. I say it's good news, it's hopefully good news. Depends where the rebellion has taken place. Not Carthagenova, not Baetica. Okay, it's none of the territories I'm about to potentially jump at. On which note, there is a new army over here. Ah, good old Hostilius. Yes, he's nowhere near where he needs to be to defend his territories, though, which is good, because I'm starting to get a few extra troops over here. I've pretty much spent all my money. Yeah, my economy is very much going to have to run on go and kill all of the Romans. So that's what we're going to do. Hamza has had a little trip back over here to Carthage. He's now going to jump on the boat. This is as far as he could get last time. For some reason, there's a rebel ship there. Okay, well maybe let's just leave the rebels right now before they jump on us. Yeah, we've already had one battle with a random ship, so we need to be careful from here on in. This boat, yes, we're going to get stranded here at this point, so we're going to have to get a few more ships to make sure we can make the next leap. But with Syracuse falling, we'll hopefully have ourselves a bit of money to fund the next attack. Tagus up here is yeah, slowly being converted over to Christianity. Lots of culture penalty, distance to capital, all of that nonsense adding up already. To be honest, probably worth just moving the capital straight over to Carthage, actually. Don't really need it to be over here in Tingi. Not that it's doing that well for its public order either. Yeah, let's change it over to Carthage. That might make a bit of a difference. I'm going to look at the finances as I do this as well. So, look at that. The treasury is absolutely ridiculous. So that makes a huge difference. Look at that. We've jumped up about 700. Always a good idea. I think a very much underrated bit of trick work in Rome Total War is changing over the capital. I think that really came up when we played as the rebels, didn't it? Straight away makes a huge difference. Yeah, you want it to be somewhere significant. That means you get much less corruption in, well, closer to the centre of the empire, the corruption is less and less. So a nice big place like Carthage is going to be a good place for the capital, and everything else that goes with it, distance penalties as well. So Tagus is automatically much happier as a result. I can get rid of that. That gives me a little bit more money, which is all good news, everything considered. So that does mean Tingi's a little bit more unhappy. 60%, wow. Not much we can do about that, to be honest, apart from try and make them happier somehow. So garrisons, that might make this invasion a little bit more tricky, but if we have a bit of money, not the end of the world, we can use Syracuse in the short term to go and solve our problems. So what we probably need to do actually is go and deal with this army. So one of these chaps, this guy, the less good guy, you come out, you go over here, you can join a little army from Carthage. You might as well just take the cavalry, to be honest. You run off over here. You can join him in a turn or two, and they can go and take out that rebel force. That will certainly help us out just a little bit. So, end of term report. As we know, not very much money coming in, but it should at least be better now we've changed the capital round. That looks like a beautiful, beautiful cesspool. I'm not sure quite how those pictures line up, but there we go. Berber Axemen. Nice to just get these guys in. They're incredibly cheap, very good upkeep. Now, I did I sort of lightly discussed the troops last time, but yes, these chaps over here. The thing with the Berber units are not a huge variety in terms of, particularly in terms of the infantry, but they're incredibly cheap. Recruitment cost is very low, upkeep is incredibly low, and combat bonuses, and particularly what lots of them get, things like fast moving, and they really have a lot of good stamina. You see it with the camels here as well. What my units have is the ability to stand in battle. Apologies, someone in the comments did say this. I can't remember exactly who it was off the top of my head, but it's a very good point that I think I touched on last time, but should really emphasise here. We are fast moving, combat bonus in desert, and really have the stamina, and as the commenter said, to be able to fight on and on. And that might well be, when we face some stronger Roman armies, the way we have to beat them. That will just full stack cavalry armies, because honestly that's what I love best. So we're going to in a turn see what happens here, but yeah, I reckon today we're pretty much going to go for Syracuse and build up our force towards Spain, because it's a nice corner of the world to have, a few mines here or there, and essentially once we've got it, they won't be having it back. And of course a little bit of spine over here in Carthago Nova. Not a lot, although some nation auxiliary are obviously pretty darn good. 22,000 peoples has immediately been thrown out and we're about to get slaughtered. Oh no, we won! Ah, experience. Experience is the key, ladies and gents. So, their troops don't really know where they've gone. Few people in Tingi getting killed, which is unfortunate. They don't like not being the capital anymore. Let's get this guy heading towards Cordoba. Apparently he can't... yeah, here's the army. Yeah, apparently he can't really get into anywhere. They're struggling. Or is this guy struggling? Bit of a shame. Thank you. I understand you. Server will. Allies. Oh, Client Kingdom. Interesting, seeing as they have Constantinople. But, okay. Whatever, chaps, whatever. We got some hillmen over here in Tingi. They're immediately going to get themselves killed. Not a lot of money I could really do with building something. If I get 1,600, I can build that. I think I was building that over here in Dimity, but frankly they need it as well right now. So, yeah, I'm kind of struggling with distance to capital penalties here, which is not an unforeseen problem as the Berbers, but it wasn't something I thought would hit me quite so soon. So we'll have to go and deal with that. A bit short of money. There's no point of going to... yeah, no point of worrying about all of the watchtowers right now. We'll get onto that another time. I'm just going to run the cavalry into the trees. Hopefully they're not visible, but if not, if we have to take them on, I'm sure we'll be alright. End of term reports. Not a lot going on. Trade increase. You've gained sneaky, which is fine, I guess. Christian Chapel over here in Canis. They are a little bit happier. We are now blockaded. Yeah, they're starting to fight back just a little bit. But we've got good old hands over here. Going to head into their town. Honestly, I reckon just these towers will be fine. I said towers. Just the ladders would do. Probably not even worth having the ram. I say that. Depends what they've got in the town. Just a general. Nah, it's absolutely fine. We'll just have some ladders. Just a pile of ladders. Get ourselves on the walls. Take him out. To be honest, that's probably an auto-resolve kind of a battle. Okay, spies are doing their work. We know where their force is. We can try and track them. We do not want these guys to get involved. So, Tingi... I'd be tempted, to be honest, to change the capital back. Alright, we've established that it's good economically, but right now I need my capital to be over here at Tingi, just to make sure I can launch these troops, to be honest. So, I'm going to set that back to the faction capital. We'll check on all of the riotousness in a moment. You get yourself over here. That is fine. Okay. You get over here and just land. Can't make it any further, but we are creeping up on them. There are 3 units there, which is probably a bit much, but we'll try and siege them out. Just to see how things go here. Could be a little bit awkward, but we will see. I can potentially get more troops here if I have time. How much does more cav cost? I can cancel these guys in the queue, and I can get some more. Desert cav are the most flexible. I could afford just one of these cav, really, can't I? I can get 2 camels, though. I'm not sure it's worth to get the 2 camels, to be honest with you. We'll just get the horse archers for now. Get some archers to back them up. Hopefully, we're not going to ruin our chance over there, but we do take up these rebels as well. Okay, things are tricky. Garrus is back to being miserable again. We just have to try and juggle this for a turn or two, I think. Some very, very good news indeed. They decide to sally forth with their army, which is hilariously stupid, because these guys are getting ripped apart by us in the open field. In the town, they probably could have held off. These guys are coming in, which means we need reinforcements quick. It's probably too oh god, there's more rebels here already. Okay. Okay, right, you guys get to the bridge. You get to the bridge. We'll organise ourselves over there. Carthage and Caris can't really afford very much right now. We've got ourselves more and more rebel ships everywhere. We're just playing the extremely stretched game here. Just trying to make it work wherever we can. We can get more horse archers over here. They should have plenty of legs on them. So we'll get those guys to join in. They have done exactly what is perfect, which is just there. I can't quite see when horse archers can get involved with this or not. So I'm just going to ask that unit to move there. And I'm just going to get us to move in like this. Good. Perfect. Perfect news. Right, what have we got to do here? Federati and archers, of course. And then we have Service the Executioner. Oh, yeah, I remember this guy. This guy is interesting. We're going to get him taken out. He's a Christian. Shame. But hopefully at least that means the region is already Christian. Or at least a decent amount of the people are. He's the Amici Principes, which is great for his loyalty, which is fine because he's about to have his head chopped off. See, apparently something he should know quite a lot about, it turns out, ladies and gents. Time to head in then. This is quite an important battle for us, but I reckon the horse archers should just about do it. We've got a factionaire here, which should counteract the fact that he likewise has quite a lot of men let it into battle. Simple enough affair. The city's somewhere in the distance there with the general way out of all of this. That is perfect for me. It gives me a chance to get my infantry onto the high ground and a chance for my general just to try and clear out these archers a little bit. They've got themselves a nice position on the hill here, really, really far away from their reinforcements. So, hopefully, we can try and clear out the archers, then our horse archers can come and do the dirty work on their infantry. General, get yourself out of there. I don't really want to get stuck in with the Foederati, so I do need you in good health to take on their general, because he's going to be tough, to be honest. Get yourself around there. Perfect. Yeah, we've accidentally snuck into them here, which is just what I want. Horse archers around the back. Perfect stuff here. Yeah, this is good. We've now got ourselves stuck in a little melee, which really does not suit these chaps over here. So, get yourself out here, General. There we go. I'm just going to go and charge them again properly, but we've broken him, which is what we want to happen. Now, ideally, we don't break these guys too soon. I don't want the General to flee back to the city. But we can now just do what we want, which is shoot these guys in the back. General's just going to charge into him at this point, hopefully break him. He has indeed. Lovely, lovely stuff. That will be those chaps dead. And with that, hopefully the General isn't going to flee back because he should still fancy his chances against us. Not sure, but we'll see. Now, archers, archers, archers. We can do plenty of work with you momentarily. So let's get the General out of there. Let's get the archers to make sure we finish off this chap. We need to find ourselves a good spot. This isn't terrible. That hill over there is better, but to be honest, probably don't have time to get all the way there. There's Steve, he's gone. And yeah, we're probably best just enjoying this slight hill we've got over here. So let's get the two axemen at the front there, kind of more the basic lads anyway. We'll get the hillmen in the rear. They can throw in some javelins. There's a bit of a hill here, nothing too good. These guys can actually go and chase down this chap straight away. Where is he? Go over there, sirs. Go and give him a bit of a poke. It probably won't do very much, but it will at the very least start to whittle down his hit points. Some good skirmishing going on here by my chaps. They just about managed to avoid capture there. They might have actually lost a couple. I'm not actually sure about that. Even so, we are managing to keep them in our ranges here, which hopefully lures them eventually into our trap, which is somewhere. Where is our trap? Our men are up a hill somewhere. It probably should have lured them into this point of the hill, but oh well, it's all absolutely fine. We will just make sure that we pull them in this direction. You get over to that hill, you pull them over here. If we can keep them getting shot at for longer, that's perfect. To be honest, as I said, not likely to do a huge amount of damage here, but if we can pull them into range of the hillman javelins, that might be nice. So you get yourselves over here. Might just hand skirmish off at this point, just to try and help us out. There go a few lads. There go a few of them indeed. You're right, they are not quite so sure what they want to do at this point. So my general is here. We've got ourselves the hillman getting closer and closer to the range. Alright, he's coming in. He's looking pretty tough. He's almost certainly better than us. Let's have a little look. 11, 6, 27. Yeah, 11, 6, 23. Good morale, good stamina on us. What did he have? Good morale, good stamina. Yeah, so we haven't really got any of our bonuses from the deserts here, have we? So we need to be a little bit careful. He's definitely stronger than we are. He's not charging in quite yet, and now the hillmen are about in range. Not the best javelins in the world, but looks like he's coming after us again. No, these guys perhaps. We're on skirmish, lads. You don't really want to do any of that nonsense. You know what? We can keep playing this game. Works for me. But we've done a full circle now, and they are definitely getting chunked down. Keep running, lads. Keep running. Keep running. Keep on running. Are they going to charge into us at this time? They might... You know what? You know what? That general looks very, very vulnerable there. I'm just going to try and pin them at this point. Get everyone in there. Get everyone in. Turn around and start charging into this, lad. Their general's right there. You guys pull out of it. You don't really need to be in here at all. Just pull out of that. You need to cover his escape. So do not want him getting away. That charge hopefully might just break him. It has indeed. That's the general gone. Well done, lads. We fought that fairly expertly, all things considered. If one or two get away at this point, it doesn't matter. The general is already dead. Just a couple losses there. Honestly, I'm pretty darn happy with that. We should just be able to walk into the town. Stop shooting our own men. Actually, might be shooting high enough to miss ourselves there. Well done. Yeah, 3 kills and 4 kills. So is the Executioner. I think he has been done by his name there. Completely slaughtered by our men. With that, Cordoba. Yep, Cordoba is looking very much vulnerable indeed. Extermination for the nation. 3,256. My oh my, that's good, isn't it? We need to smash up Mithras over here. Kablamo! With that, good. Good, good, good. So, the city over here. Oh, I'm clicking on all the wrong things. The city had some mines, which is lovely. Thank you for that, good old Romans. I can get my full-on mountain men. Lovely stuff. Nothing from the cavalry stables though, so that's fine. I get my cavalry from down here. That's probably what I need to do in future. Let's go and get myself. You know what? I kind of wouldn't mind a desert chieftain, but I should probably focus on some other things for now. Let's get a lancer, just so we have something else in the field for next time. I reckon that's probably a good plan. Okay. Good news indeed. We're going to get ourselves some mountain men just to make sure we've got the infantry we need. There's a good chance this army is coming in. They can't make it much further. If we can get to the bridge, we can try and hold them there. That could work out very nicely for us indeed. Let's just head up this direction. There's some rebels. Don't worry. Okay, we can't see anything anymore. That's fine. You said just do a little bit of a sneaky wander. That's fine, that's fine. And now we'll just go and follow him again. Just want to keep in this general direction because then I can see a few of these passes. A bad position to be. Carthago Nova needs to go down as well, but I'm currently struggling in terms of just having the troops for it. You can hang out on the bridge for the time being. And in Carthage we can actually afford to repair the things you just smashed up. Wow, that cost a lot of my money. Thanks a lot, chaps. So, Execution Square. Yeah, probably just need to get on with that to make sure the public order's all in place. Caranis, quite frankly, is not going to be happy for a while. We can go get the cesspit, that will help us out. Syracuse as well. Of course, this needed to be smashed up. So let's go and waltz into here. Wow, I was fully expecting that to be a auto-resolve 10 men lost, but there we go. Exterminate that as well. So, lots and lots of money. The banking, the money is going well for us right now. Awesome temple, awful temple of Mithras. Yeah, awesome temple of Mithras there. That is. Ooh. You guys just repair up what is already here. Good news indeed. Get the baths afterwards. Hopefully, they're very, 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 very pagan. So I won't be able to do much for a while. I'm going to get diplomat and just hope that counts as a as he comes out as Christian, because that indeed can happen. And if that's what happens, then we get an extra character converting in that region. And honestly, that's probably what you should be doing. You're the rebels. Good to see you here, good chappies. Good to see you. So yeah, no border with the Western Empire. To be honest, it's not that good because I kind of want this land, and I'd rather not worry about taking on the rebels. They're sort of my friends, you know. Your enemies are your friends. Yeah, that's how the saying goes. Lovely stuff. Tingy over here really needs to get the Execution Square sorted, as well as the Christian Cathedral. There's honestly nothing I can do about all this squalor. No governance doesn't help at all, does it? Okay, that's fine. We will continue with that for the time being. And Dimity over here is pretty happy. We use this chance to build the new Christian church. Just keep it getting happier and happier. Lovely. Right. By the skin of our teeth, we managed to get away from those huge, huge problems. Get a few more buildings sorted out. The finances are, wow, looking very good, but we'll see how that actually turns out next turn, because it doesn't always turn out quite how you think. Berber resistance is futile. Indeed it is, chaps, indeed it is. So let's slaughter them all. I felt like that should really help with the conversion, because, you know, to be honest, if someone came into town and said, you know, I'm going to slaughter everyone unless you tell me you're my religion, I'd probably just tell them that I'm their religion, to be honest. But there we go. That is the way of the world. Manicum, I'll be honest, you are probably going to get yourself killed by staying there, so I'm going to take you out with the horse archers, because they can't be retrained. Now, I could go and buy these chaps, but quite honestly, I should probably just focus for the time being on, yes, just stabilising with the, yeah, getting that rate sorted out. I'm just going to line up a few peasants just to try and cheat the system. It's just about worked. It didn't quite work, but it almost worked. So that's a positive thing there. Right, well, we'll end our turn, see where this army wanders up, and we could have some big problems, actually. Some big problems indeed, but we'll see how all that we'll see how all of that goes. Our spies spotted the army hiding over here in the forest, and if I'm honest, they look quite scary. Not even sure I want to face these guys on the bridge, actually. Not sure that's going to go all that well for us. Do I want to do this? Not sure I do. You know what though? We do have some horse archers. We have a bit of cavalry to come and help us out. So I'm just going to grab all of the mercs at this point. Quarterback will be fine holding as it is. I've actually got a load of hillmen lined up. Hillmen are pretty good actually to work as a garrison, 120 soldiers. So the sheer numbers makes them effective. At the moment, this place obviously is miserable. It's not going to convert to Christianity anytime soon, so we've got to be a little bit careful about that. I'm sure it'll be fine for a turn or two. We also, of course, have these chaps over here to go take on these rebels. So we'll send them over. Apparently, we really don't fancy our chances. A few hillmen, we can slaughter those. Rebel General does have the 2 hit points, so be careful. These guys, I reckon we can work around over all this cav. Let's hit him. First things first, then we're going to get our horse archers to head out to this flank, obviously shooting into their non-shield side, always the best way to go about it. These hillmen are going to get slammed into by us, probably the best plan. We want these veterinari to not be standing still, because hopefully they then won't throw their javelins in at us. So hillmen will get splattered. That's a great charge. We managed to deal with them immediately. As long as those veterinari don't stop and throw their javelins, I'm quite happy with the way this is going. So, you guys just continue to wander off in that direction, finish off those hillmen. And actually, to be honest, if we can get a double charge into them, I'll be incredibly pleased about all of this. So you guys start turning around just to close the trap. That's really more about morale than anything else. General's going to hit these guys in the flank, and the Lancers will hopefully get a bit of a hit in as well, and I'm hoping the surround does the rest of the job. You guys just need to pull out. Honestly, I'm not interested in you getting involved in the battle. That slam on the back of the general should be him. Indeed it is. So, these guys, they've lost their leader. They're about to throw some javelins, but that shouldn't matter, because we are going to just get out of the way. And now these guys are going to be stretched. They're going to be in big, big trouble. So, horse archers, you start shooting in on the veterinari. General, you come over here, along with the lancers, and start causing a few problems. Good news indeed. They're not going to be happy about any of this. So let's go and get a good hearty charge in the back of these guys. I reckon you're not going to be too happy about any of that. These rebels are, they're just done, aren't they? They're done. Moorish raiders are going to turn, and about now, this charge should do a huge amount of damage. They're already broken from that. Perfect. Yeah, some good units here, but we've managed to outmaneuver them, outfox them, and with that, should be a pretty simple victory. Let's go and finish them off. Camels go and run over to the towers. I do enjoy that even back in the days of Rome Total War, you can go and get yourselves a lovely watchtower on top of a hill. It's a bit pathetic if I'm honest, but there is at least a ladder, sort of, a little bit. Don't know why no one's up there, but apparently no one is. So all is fine. These guys are going to do that. You camels can run back in this direction. General, you come around the side. I really just want the Moorish raiders to, yeah, actually just pull out there, because I don't want them to shoot us with those javelins. That could go very badly. I can imagine my general getting himself killed by that. I think this guy, does he have less health? Can't quite remember. Anyway, we can hit them from all angles. They'll be absolutely fine. You guys just run off, stop shooting, and the battle is, of course, over. Marvellous work. No rest or pity. Apparently we just killed each other in the charge. Probably still shooting arrows. Yeah, we are still shooting arrows. I have explicitly told you to stop that, but okay, do whatever else you fancy. Good old victory here. Good old victory. Apparently heroic. I'll happily take that because there's only a bunch of rebels. As I say, cavalry will win all, and that's probably what we're going to have to do eventually in this campaign. But for now, I'm happy to just get going. We do have some more rebels to take care of. Let's go wander towards this forest. Can't see them just yet. You know what? I can probably put down a watchtower before long. Haven't quite spotted them yet, but they're around there somewhere, aren't they? This cav, if I'm honest, probably should get on this boat and head over to Cordoba. Sadly can't make it in, but gives us a little bit more to work with. Tingy does, of course, need people again, but it's absolutely fine in the short term. Over here in Syracuse, we have actually got a new guy that's betrothed to the family. Gives us an extra Christian influence, along with the diplomat. So the diplomat doing his lovely job. We're just going to get more diplomats and hope that starts to get the conversion happening and nice and speedily, because it's a good way of tricking it up. It's actually much better than trying to just fill it up with a garrison. They're just going to get themselves killed. So yeah, maybe we'll see Tripolitania flip back. I'd kind of prefer that because I'd like to take it out myself. But if not, it's a buffer state. And yeah, these boats are clearly being killed by rebels. So all is good in the world. Interestingly, these chaps decide to actually head north instead, maybe to deal with the rebels before they come and deal with us, who are obviously the more pesky version of the rebels. We do have ourselves plenty of troops at this point, so you should start to be getting a bit worried, because every turn it takes him to get here, the more and more of my men will turn up. So yeah, we've got ourselves some more horses, of course. We've got ourselves some mountain men from the town here. And if I'm honest, I'm probably just going to get more mountain men at the front, keep backing in the hillmen. Tingy over here is going to get the hillmen too, but that's more of a garrison. Longer term, hopefully it'll be just a little bit happier. Timody's also working on that front. And over here, yet another lovely diplomat. Yet more Christians to convert this before it one day just completely attacks us. 33% Christian now. At least that's doing something. But yeah, we're going to struggle to hold on to that if it's writing for much longer. On the plus side, Calais has at least settled down now. We can probably stop doing all of that. I wouldn't mind, actually. Just, yeah, you know what? Don't worry about the diplomat. We'll just get ourselves a boat. We could do with a boat or two. Again, stop building up our forces in that regard. These guys, I would like to go and take Carthago, but I need to just see if they want to come and tap me on the bridge when I've got the advantage. I could head forward, actually. I could head onto this bridge. I'm going to do that. I'm going to head onto this bridge and try and draw them into the fight. In the meantime, we've got more rebels to take on, and can't quite see what they've got. Ah, lots of peasants. Okay, wondering if I should get more troops. Nope, it's absolutely fine. Give them a poke. Good old Captain Abdullah back Ibn bin Yahya. Yes, I'm glad I didn't try to pronounce that name. I would sound ridiculous. Right, probably need to brush up on my North African names. Someone actually in the comments did ask if I was going to change around the names to things that were more traditional. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know what traditional Berber names would be. I did do that for the King Arthur series, of course. Now, obviously, that's something I know a little bit more about. King Arthur's are very much a bunch of tales as an Englishman I grew up with. So that was a lot easier to do. There's probably a list somewhere, but if anyone's got an idea of a set of names that I can put into the game, I'll happily do that. It will just change around the names I've already got, to be honest. But I'm quite happy to go and add in some Berber names. So if someone can give me some suggestions, I'll happily go and change that. As for the religion, must be about changing from Christianity to paganism. A bit late for that one. I've started the campaign, so I kind of jumped the gun there. Yeah, I suppose at this point they would very much be pagans, wouldn't they? Because we're really representing more the kind of hill and the mountain tribes, I suppose, rather than the sort of settled people more along the coast here. I think we're really supposed to be more of the desert factions, aren't we? And the guys in the Atlas Mountains. Either way, we are starting being Christian. That's the cause we're going to play with. By all means, if you've got a list of good old Berber names, I'd happily go and put those in the game. So let's. I'll leave that to you in the comment section, but I'm going to head into battle. Major thing I need to do in this battle is make sure that these peasants don't just block my attack of their archers. I just want to take their archers out of this ASAP. But just look like their general's going to get pulled around. If I can get their archers from shooting in, I can hopefully then take them out. And that's really what I want to be doing here. This guy is getting pulled into us. That is hopefully those guys gone. Okay, you guys lead him around. I don't really want you to get yourselves killed, Berber Lancers. You're very, very strong. Their chieftain's incredibly quick. He's caught us up immediately. You guys get into the back of them. Desert Cav are just doing their work. Good news. Camel Raiders. You can just charge those peasants. You'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, these guys just need to run themselves around a little bit. Did get ourselves slightly caught by the Desert Chieftain there. If our general can charge into this pile, he's got himself right into the main pile, hasn't he? Okay, that wasn't really the plan. The plan was to get you around the side and around the back, lads, but okay, that works. You start shooting them. The camels have done their job. They're completely broken up. They are falling apart. Good news indeed. Get yourselves out of there. General's the only one who actually slightly worries me at all. But with everyone else melting, we can go and take on the rest of them. Good, 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 good. Right, he's turned around. This is time to finish it off. The whole entire army is melting like Swiss cheese once more. And with that, it's just really this little chieftain over here needs to go down. And with that, hopefully, that was the victory. He was fighting for a moment, but not very long. Desert Archers, get on top of them, and that should be the battle right there. Just about. But a few of them have regrouped, which is absolutely fine. We're just going to pounce on top of them. Archers get over to the hill. At this point, we're just going to have to charge one unit at a time. It's fine by me, because there's a bit more experience. This guy is supposed to just look over to the provinces, and he's doing all the dirty work, trying to mop up all these rebels. Still a bit of work to do, but it does seem like they are collapsing at this point in the day. Yeah, that's really... Yeah, rally the troops as you run away. Ridiculous. Get in there, my chaps. Yeah, more peasants collapsing to the ground. Yeah, the archers were dealt with, which is the main thing. Peasants will be easy fodder at this point. We lost ourselves a few men who got caught up in it here or there, but honestly, 600 kills to 18. Good chunk of experience, hopefully, along the way. Yeah, a bit from a Desert Chieftain here. Nice work, all things considered. Indeed, the Spartans did not ask how many, but where they are. And they're not on horseback in general. We've actually got ourselves a historic battle there. That is truly spectacular, because I don't think that's all that deserved. Okay, honestly, a watchtower right here will do. In memory of the battle, we'll remember this great spot and we'll look after it. I've wiped it from the... Yay! That wasn't a true victory, so I wiped it from the map. No, it's just moved. Okay, it's still there. That's fine. We'll remember that as a great spot of our achievements. Right, you guys head over here. We don't really need all these chaps over there in Carthage. They can get more men whenever they like. Okay, we'll still get a few more of them. That will seemingly help them out. So fine, we'll keep that on. Come on, keep cheesing the game. As for Carolis, you are now just getting the boat. All is fine and dandy, apart from the 2 rebellion towns and the several unhappy ones. All is good. But yeah, we'll see if these guys get pulled in, because this could be one brutal affair should they decide to come and face us. And yet again, they run, which is interesting. Honestly, at this rate, I fancy taking them on the field, because they keep running off, and I now have quite a lot of cavalry. And honestly, that is really what we need to go and win the battle here. They look like they're up a hill, so I'm not going to attack them from that position. Huns and the Goths, honestly, not that interesting. And we did have a load of rioting peoples, which is unsurprising. The Huns are in Dacia now, which is not particularly shocking either. Syracuse hasn't rebelled. That is somewhat shocking. Do we have ourselves another Christian? We do! Add him to the pile. These guys just hanging outside, waiting. Still not converted. We don't even have the pressure, by the way. Normally pressure from neighbouring regions. See, as an island, it doesn't have that. We might just be able to walk in now and settle them down. Is that going to work? 35%. Honestly, I'd rather wait. I'd rather just wait for a little bit longer. Let's not get these guys killed. Just get some peasants and repair the buildings. Hopefully then next time we might just have that settled down, which is good news indeed. Carthage can get itself more thingy-mabobs. Grand Bazaar wouldn't be terrible, but honestly, it's not gonna make a big difference. Honestly, I'll just get the farms. Farms is fine. We'll keep pushing up in this direction. At this point in Cordoba, I'm quite happy to settle down just a little bit. It's hard to convert here. Yeah, it's actually getting more pagan. Characters in the region. Who's that? I don't know, but apparently someone's converting us at this point, which isn't ideal. But you go over here to the border. Go over to the port. Grab yourself some hillmen. Tingy will get one more to replace itself. In fact, honestly, they can do that. At this point, we should just be able to get 3 of those as a nice little garrison. I'll keep that very chill. Dimity over here has itself a couple of axemen. Get yourself a 3rd of those. At this point, we might be able to start changing things back over. Yeah, moving the capital over, because that might just work out for our economy going forward, I suspect. And crop rotation. Yeah, population is money. Money is victory. So yeah, money is the sinews of war. Indeed, it is. So we're getting there. We are getting there. It's just a matter of time of when they decide to pounce on us. I might well, though, get ourselves another boat in the short term. Oh, indeed, it is time. They're going to take us on the bridge, which kind of suits us. Hopefully, there'll be a second crossing point and we can get our cavalry around the back. And indeed, we might well see that the stamina works in our favour, but indeed the armour might well work in their favour as well as the experience. Yeah, it was Hernan Rep in the comment section. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce your surname there, so I do hope that wasn't horrendously brutalised, but maybe that's just the theme of the day with the names. Yeah, we should be able to take them on. With any luck, the sheer stamina of our men is going to help us hold and just keep fighting, particularly the cavalry. We're going to have charge after charge, I suspect, to be of any use here today. So, this is a fairly big one. They have archers. We have some horse archers. They have Bucellari as well. They have terrible range, so I'm not worried about them. Yeah, competences, quite a lot. If there was a general here, I wouldn't fancy my chances, but indeed, there is no general. You, sir, Malachim, you're going to have to pull off one big victory for us here, because our units are not strong enough to hold for all that long. Let's head in. So, yeah, my whole plan of get around the back of them is not really going to work very well. I've only got one unit who can actually cross the water, because if for some reason, all of this really light cavalry here can't swim. I feel like it's a bit of an oversight, to be honest, because normally the light cavalry are able to swim. So we've got these guys, the mercenary equitate, and they can swim. They're obviously actually much more heavily armoured than we are. They've actually got an armour of 5. These guys are pretty darn light. They've got an armour of 3. No reason, as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't swim. I generally think it was just an oversight, because they're, you know, the Berbers, and not a lot of thought really went into the faction. They kind of just exist in the background of the game. But yeah, a bit of a strange one. Bit of a problem here. Much rather would have faced them on the field as it happens, but oh well. Let's make sure we're shooting into the right units here. So hit those Bucellari whilst they're in range. These guys are going to cross the water. They're going to be exhausted by the time they make it across. But they might just distract someone at the very least. And if we can get someone around the back at some point or another, that would be ideal. Now, I have got us all over here quite close to the front. Now, I'm possibly going to pull back from that position at some point. But for the time being, I will hold there just to try and get an early break. But yeah, chances are I will pull back and start to let the cavalry charge in. So we'll just see how that goes in time. If I can get an early break, then I'll be quite pleased. So, Bucellari have taken a fair bit of damage. They're going to start heading in. At this point, honestly, start shooting down the Foederati Cav. I'd much rather do that. These guys are winded. Often happens when they try and cross. You guys get yourself onto javelins. We've got them at the front. They are our strongest unit. Hillmen as well. We're going to throw in their javelins. You guys just need to start throwing or shooting down into those guys in the water. In come the javelins. Good work. That wasn't what I wanted you guys to do. You guys just stand still. Shoot those guys. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You get into there. You guys get into there as well. A little bit of a smushing, a bit of a charge might just help an early break here. Keep throwing your second round of javelins, sir. That will do very nice indeed. What I need to do, actually, is get the general over here just to go and intercept their cavalry. Just go around, please. Go around. Guy, though, spare cav, has got itself over there, which is very, very nice indeed. We haven't managed to get that early break I was hoping for. They're only eager, so I might just start to... I'm just going to... How are you down to... Oh, these guys down to 56. You guys stay in there. The rest of my infantry, pull yourself back a little bit. Pull yourself back to around about here. What I want to do is, yes, let's see if I can pull my cavalry into this. Bring them into this fight. You guys get yourself over there. You guys get yourself over here. That'd be absolutely perfect. These guys are going to start charging in there. They've broken, but that's absolutely fine because now we should be able to have ourselves a bit of a charge. So these guys, give them a bit of room. Give them a little bit of room. These guys are just about to pop up. Don't really want the Lancers to do that. Lancers charging. Moorish mercenaries. You know what? Let's get the axemen in on those guys. Let's get these 2 units of cav to start slamming in. You guys get your javelins in. You guys charge. And you guys have more javelins yet as well. General, charge in. Let's get a bit of a charging sandwich in on these guys. Sometimes the charges can be a little bit weird in this position, but that should be a pretty good bit of going. Who broke instantly? The Moorish mercenaries. 48 of you, and a couple horses ran out of the water, and you saw them coming. You still broke. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, at least the mercenaries on that side are doing their job. Hillman, get yourself into the flank there. You guys come and join that party, please. You're a little bit late, all of that. You get yourself over there. Get into those guys. It's a bit more chunky than I'd like it to be. These guys can get into the archers, who are frankly a little bit isolated at the back there. My general is getting himself isolated. Get yourself out of there, general. Get yourself out of there. Don't get yourself killed. And again, probably need to pull that infantry back another time here. Oh god, the general's running. Really, is he? Brilliant. Everyone, pull away. Pull away, pull away, pull away. It's just ridiculous. Right. My guys have done their job back there. Command sensors are about to pin them down. So that's absolutely fine. You guys continue to fall back. Fall back, fall back, fall back. Let's get all of my men into position slightly further back towards those trees. These guys are doing their job. They pulled one unit away. They can charge these guys down. Bucellari are over there. Eager. They are steady. Was that the general? He got away with that, didn't he? Just about escaped. These guys are actually still here, which is quite funny. Right. This is an interesting battle now, isn't it? It's more like in the open field, like I probably prefer it to be, actually. As much as bridge battles are good, they're nowhere near as potent in Barbarian Invasion. So, infantry. What have I got left, apart from you? Not a lot. Not a lot at all. But if I can get you 3 into a generally semi-solid something position, that would be perfect. And get my lancers over onto this flank. General, just back up the infantry, please. Moorish mercenaries are back over there. They can get into them as well. Okay, this is good. My cav can just wander around at the back and distract them as much as possible. Okay. They are reloading. They are reloading, which is good and bad. Okay, these guys are getting ready. Charge him. Charge him. Charge him. Charge him. That's the general gone this time. That is quite nice timing, actually. Enemy general was indeed a fool. Those Berbers, those hillmen were flanking and they still managed to fail. You guys get into the committences. We'll get the Desert Cavalry and the Moorish Mercenaries out to flank. That'll take care of them. As for the rest of them, get rid of those Federati Cav. That should be a nice charge from them. General, yeah, good, 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 good. They are melting. Our ability to regroup. Our ability to regroup is doing it for us right now. Get into the flank of that chap. General, get yourself around here as well. We can chop them up. Our guys are being cut out at the flank there. Honestly, that's really my fault, but I'm really focusing on this right now. Their job was essentially to keep them distracted. How these guys didn't just break from that charge from all those different horses, I don't know, but they have now broken. Good, good, good. What do we have? There's like 3 committed tenses there. I don't think they're really worth even chasing after. Over here, what do we have? Not a lot in that direction. Okay, these guys have actually regrouped, by the way, Thomas. Should probably not let them die. Committed tenses are over there. You flee. As for the rest of us, all cav, apart from you guys, start running over here. We'll pick up the committed tenses. Infantry can just chill out at this point. There's nothing more for them to do. Gosh, this has been a brutal, brutal affair for us. But it does lead us towards Salamanca. I think they're actually leaving at this point, which is not ideal because I think we're going to catch them up. We'll get the Bucellari if nothing else, so let's just send them in. You have actually failed to clear them out, which is not great. Yeah, look at that. They actually broke from the Bucellari. Okay, everyone just charge down these guys. Yep, that's good. Everyone charge down those committed tenses, see what we can do. We aren't going to catch them. My general is barely alive. Apparently he is alive, which is good news. If we can just pin them for a moment, we might catch up with the rest of the cav here. A few shots in the back, eager but tired. No, you're supposed to charge them. Don't do that, we're just going to catch them. I hate you, game. I hate you so much. What are you doing? Terrible dance there, terrible dance by these chaps. Oh well, they don't really know how to battle properly, do they? A few running over there, we're not going to catch them anymore. Right. That was a hell of a battle. 40% lost, 86% of ours. Yeah, our men are useless. Really, really terrible. They break almost instantly. They don't do enough damage to committed tenses. Our real damage is basically going to be horse archers and a charge from the lancers in the rear. Even then, it's not really going to do a lot. Those Moorish raiders are terrible. Absolutely terrible. With their defeat on the Tagus River, then I think it's time to move straight onto Salamanca. This place is still slightly better defended than I'd like. Our infantry is not going to be enough. They are clearly quite terrible. If we've learned anything here, it's that, taking on actual Roman troops is going to be quite tricky. So far I've had it a little bit easy. Some quite small forces. So yeah, I've just sent a few extra men to go and help them out. Take them a few turns to get there, but with this chap here, a poorly chap Mundir, who's actually turned out to be quite good at killing rebels. He's come over and finally Cordoba is a little bit more chilled. And they're still smashing up the church, but at least it's even on terms of the conversion at this point. Probably actually need to build more and more churchy things to keep things turning over there. But on the plus side, Tingi is now settled down as well over in the east of the Empire. Syracuse, I walked my general in this turn, and finally, it is settled down. We have it converting pretty quickly, actually, all things considered, because, 25% from characters in the region. At this point, I need to get my boats over here. So I'm just going to one more boat out to Caralis. I reckon 3 is the minimum I'm going to need to keep my men safe. Carthage is... it can chill out with those guys now. It can get one more. Get yourself a couple mountain men. Do with whatever we can, really, to help us out. Honestly, I might actually go for hillmen more than these chaps, because the mountain men don't have the missile. And, to be frank, they're not really any better, are they? No, I kind of just prefer the hillmen, which is ridiculous. They're my best infantry. Oh, it's like Parthia all over again. I much prefer Armenia. Have themselves some actual good infantry. Right, they're still not happy unless we do the whole peasant spam. So I will just cheese it because, honestly, it just makes life easier. Wander back over to Carthage. This, as far as I can tell, actually, yes, that's gone back to the good old Western Romans again, which means we can go and take it soon. Fine, I think we'll wrap it up for here now then, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a good day. We've mopped up the rebels who were causing a few problems, laid down a couple of watchtowers, which of course is the absolutely most important thing of all. But yeah, potentially also important is that we've now got a foothold in Spain. Cordoba is now ours. Salamanca will go very, very soon indeed. Well, with any luck anyway. They still look a bit too strong for me to be able to take the walls, but we'll try and just outmaneuver them if nothing else. And Carthago Nova over here is not particularly happy with them. is rioting right now, which, yeah, I actually took my spy out of there because, honestly, there's no point of leaving him in there. I'd rather that it doesn't rebel. I'd rather take it myself. So things are looking good. The Iberian Peninsula is coming together under our control. We have 6 regions. We actually only need 10. So we're kind of halfway there already, really. But honestly, the Empire's at least now starting to get a bit of finance. We could probably settle down a little bit, chill out. But I don't think we will do too much of that. We'll focus on Spain. And once we've done that, we can probably start to build a proper army or two. One to go and smash up Egypt. And another one, of course, to go and take Rome. But we'll see where we get with that next time. This is probably going to be like a 5 or 6 part series, I imagine. But you know, we can carry it on more if we fancy. But we'll just see how it all goes. I think they've got quite a small roster. I suspect we'll probably get the gist of it in a few episodes. I will leave you for now. I'm Thomas, this is Nurse Human, and this has been our Berber campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. They are just throwing themselves to their deaths. Woohoo! Chunky, chunky, chunky death. Oh, that wasn't a very good charge. Oh, we're flying! There is no one near beside him. Yeah, axe in the head! Axe in the head. Yeah, beautiful.